course, back with another episode of the Octavian's Empire Rome 2 campaign. And, well, Trevorum ended up being a bit of a debacle. We have beaten off two of the Cheruski armies, and this will be a third coming, and I don't think we are capable of defeating this one.
Brave Romans, to a man!
But we're going to attempt to do what damage we can. Maybe I'll be surprised. I don't know. Pretty sure I'm not. So, it is true. Things could go surprisingly well for me, but I'm not sure.
Battle group ready and awaiting orders. Understood.
At the moment, we're going to try this. See what happens.
So then, the gods test us once more. Will we be worthy of the challenge? I look around me, and I have hope. I look at the enemy, and I have certainty. Now, to arms!
Enemy approaching, sir!
Eyes front!
There are so many. Lots and lots of club levy. The unit of sword masters are going to destroy my legionaries. These guys are really good. That's a good general's unit. The Germanic youths break us apart. Looks like they have some spear levy here, which aren't going to do quite as well, but they got better morale than the Gallic, which is unfortunate for me. I was assuming they were just going to come at me with their javelinmen first, so I put everyone in testudo, and then I put a plug in the back in the form of the Vigiles, but I have a feeling they're not going to follow that tactic. They're probably going to go melee and just throw the javelins into the midst of the mass. I don't think they're too worried about friendly fire, so they have the advantage there. I kind of really worry about that because I kind of need every man possible. I am glad, unlike Attila, they can't just come charging through this colony. In Attila, each of these is a separate mapped architecture, so things can go through the colonnades and things in that game. Slightly more realistic, granted, but also far more terrifying for defense. But here we go. They're coming along. Yep, I should have known.
Proud Romans all! Cut them down!
Do what we can.
Legionary!
Our general is under attack.
He better be. He's kind of right there. These guys aren't doing me any good there. Yeah, looks like everybody's just kind of rushing in this direction, so that's fine. Do whatever damage I possibly can, that's all I care about. Everybody attack that group. We do not like them. They need to die. Headhunt's not a good thing to have, for me anyway. It's great for them.
Missile infantry ready! Fire on the enemy!
Fine, you know what?
Back!
Everybody back up.
Romans, ready for duty!
That group's down.
Sons of Mars! Legionaries! Melee troops awaiting orders! Ready and waiting! Orders understood! Jupiter gives us strength! Legionaries!
I don't know what my guys were doing there, but they were not actively attacking the enemy, which is slightly concerning to me.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Legionary! Ready and waiting!
Alright, well,
Our men flee the field of battle.
we're doing
This
some
is a
damage,
shameful display.
that's for sure. Fortunately, I don't think it's going to be enough.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
By your command, break the lines! Legionaries! Melee infantry! Brave Romans to a man!
Wow, Club Levy. Really? I didn't know Club Levy were an elite unit. Pretty sure they're not. I'm not real sure why I'm having so much trouble as I am versus them, but you know what? Whatever.
Legionaries! Charge!
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Sons of Mars! Levies! Missiles awaiting targets! Legionaries! Break the lines!
Our men flee the field of battle.
And we are
This
doing
is a
some major
shameful
damage,
display.
so there's that.
Attack their position!
Not sure how, but
Ready for orders.
still. Yeah, and they've come in from the rear, so that's pretty much the end of that.
Our men flee the field of battle. This
Yeah,
is a shameful
general's
display.
gone, defense is collapsing again.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Well, sad beginning to the episode, but we're gonna try to do what we can to retaliate. See if we can. Our defense up on the Rhine is going to be a bit of a problem at the moment. Of course, we're engaged in a civil war, so we can't really bring what we want to bear here, which is irritating. Yeah, I knew you were gonna do that. They raised everything.
The skill of your generals is famous. Can you send them against these people?
No, don't think so. Oh, now you go against them, the enemy. That's cute. Settlement lost, army destroyed. Yeah, all fun things to know. Well, on the plus side, our next two settlements are both walled cities, so it's unlikely they're going to break through that. Here we got this army ready to march into enemy territory, which is advantageous to say the least. Just going to put another unit of Gallic Cav in here.
At once. Ready for
March
further
in,
orders.
hopefully not get overpowered. I'm not real sure. That's right, we're going to take Agrigentum back.
Laying siege to
And
the
in proper
settlements.
fashion, they razed everything to the ground. Arg. But this is annoying, that's for sure. I'll admit.
We hunger for battle.
We're gonna get that +2 to tax income before we go back down the military route. I think that would be the best course of action there. Ariatium. Wow, I can't read. Well, Aretium, we can do that. Ascalon. Oh, that's right, we were gonna upgrade these. Okay, farming settlement. Trade market. That's pretty much all we got there, which, that's fine.
For battle.
I don't want to move that legion out. I want it to hold up here against any incursions from Antony should he declare war on me. If I move that out, I'm pretty sure I'm going to suffer greatly. Could have created legionary barracks at Basanto. May still do it next turn. But at the moment, I want to try to concentrate on Lepidus and maintaining my territory.
Yes.
Let's get Augustus on land.
All hands to the oars.
Shall we?
Leaving the ship.
Find it unlikely I'll have any forces that are going to oppose him, so there's that.
Ready for battle. We hunger for battle.
At your service.
Let's get her all the way back over here. Fagula might be able to do something about that. It looks likely that we're going to defeat them
There
at
is
that
more
city,
we
which
can do.
I hope. I mean, that's what I want. Carthage may be one of our targets after we take Iberia. I actually was planning on marching on Africa first, but I want to take the Sardinian islands and the like and knock Pompey out of the war first. I'm not sure if I'm going to get the capacity to do so. We'll see. I love it when it says the auto resolve is terrible, despite I have a pretty decent garrison, and that force is not all that great. And they're on transports, even better. Should be able to wreck them. That's what I'm gonna try to do. just ram them.
Support ships ready and waiting.
And they're coming from the complete opposite side. Way to go, AI. Good planning. Meanwhile, the actual garrison I'm gonna place
Form square formation.
here. I mean, I'm not gonna be able to just hold up like I do at other cities. This one I'm gonna have to move around a lot to take care of, but
as you command.
We'll see what damage we can do with the fleet first. So here we go.
Commander, yours to ships waiting.
The eyes of the Senate and all Rome are upon us today. We must make them proud that we are their defenders. More than that, our Roman gods are watching. Make sure they are not ashamed.
Our general is under attack.
Got him. Alright, moving on. Oh,
Give way! Support
why can't I?
ships ready! Ready! And awaiting orders!
Got him.
Ready and waiting!
Don't tell me I'm gonna be able to deal damage to the rest of these
Your
guys.
orders!
One of our ships is
Ah.
being boarded.
I think they're never gonna make it ashore. That's awesome. What a fleet.
Show them steel! We await your command.
One of our ships is being
Nice.
boarded.
Awesome. That couldn't have gone better. I did not think that was gonna happen. So the transports are utterly annihilated. With it went an entire legion into the ocean. Enormous is defended. Good. Very good indeed. Well, I see. I'm not sure if I can defeat that in the field. We'll see. Because if I can, I'm just gonna attack them. Vertical and Massilia, so those cities are up and going. Pretty powerful armies, so that's a good deal.
Make haste, men!
Poison provisions, please. Fail. And yet she ranks up. My failure has taught me many things, I'm guessing. I don't know.
Commander? None will escape! Besieging settlement!
Is that medium gallery? Let's get a battering ram in
Laying
there.
siege to the settlement!
Alright.
Victory for Rome!
Get some Italian cav. this army
We hunger.
all the way
We'll
down
take
here.
the settlement for you.
Oh,
Our advance
big
has been
battle about
halted.
to happen. You know what? You know what? We're gonna fight that in the field.
Victory
I feel
for
confident.
Rome!
I don't feel as confident. Ah. Well, we got some pretty heavily put units in some good. Yeah, we ought to do okay. We ought to do okay. We're gonna fight this. Battle of Tarraco. This will be the hard point for Lepidus in northern Spain. We take this city, we've got a good headway into this territory. That garrison army is nearly as big as the Legion there. That's kind of worrisome.
At your service.
Alright, give me the triplex.
Don't break formation.
Cool.
Soldiers, remember your ancestors as you go into battle. Make sure they witness no cowardice.
Enemy reinforcements approaching.
They were mighty men and sired mighty sons. Be worthy of them. Now, stand your ground and make ready.
Alright. Everybody, up here, please.
The double.
See what we can do about that. Publius, Procus, and the Legatus, we're gonna just go after him.
Auxiliaries!
Legatus! Richard!
Why not? Cornificius is gonna be kinda headstrong.
Swift horseman!
Legatus!
Kill that general.
Our general is under attack.
Good. Good. That'll help.
The enemy general is dead.
I should hope so. Alright, reform the lines, Yeah, there's Tarraco in the background behind the hills. Looks like pretty strong legion here. Wonder if they're gonna beach the ships. They might. They're gonna go to the low country, which, alright, what kind of fleet do we have here? Not a real fleet. That's what. Lots of transports. If only I had some ships, I could have easily crushed that. But, well. Right. say this, for the Civil Wars, lots of battles. Alright, I think we're ready.
We await your command.
Let's,
Follow me.
head south now. That is a nice screenshot. Let's see what I can do. Nice. There's Lepidus himself. Sitting high on his horse. Marcus Lepidus. I don't think that's the guy. He doesn't look like the guy. I swore Lepidus, the real Lepidus, has very powerful or very unique looking armor. That guy looks pretty generic.
Check your weapons and then check again.
Lots of legionaries. The main body of their line, some Scutari, which are really good Spanish units. Legionaries. Iberian swordsmen. They're gonna have a lot of javelins, unfortunately. Vigiles. Legionaries. Plebs. Cool. Vigiles. Okay, this is the garrison army. It's come from the sea over. By the looks of it. Vigiles. Mercenary Numidian javelin. Maybe not. I mean, that's kind of weird. I've never seen the garrison army come by sea to join the battle. It would make kind of sense on this battlefield, although they could technically march right along here, but if I had originally set up right here, that could have been a problem. Since it's going to take me a while to get there, I'm fast forwarding. Still gonna take a while for me to get there. Wow. Well, in retrospect, perhaps that was not the best place for me to set up, since all I really had to worry about ahead of me was General's bodyguard. I should have just about faced the army, but yeah, just means a little more of a tedium to get there, that's all. So feel free to skip ahead on this section, as I'm probably not going to cut it out. There's just no reason to edit it out. By the time I do, just a couple of minutes of video footage at worst. I'm not really worried about it. Oh, what you doing? We're pretty evenly matched, actually. In fact, that's exactly what it says. Balance of power is pretty even. They do have more heavy infantry than I do. Luckily, a lot of it is Vigiles. Now, those are spearmen, which means I've got to be very careful with my cav, make sure I engage all those spearmen with swordsmen. The legionaries are not going to make it easy. They're going to throw their pylon. They're also going to back up the Vigiles. They may even be able to wrap my line, so I gotta be very terrifying. I gotta be very careful. It would help to be very terrifying too, but I'm not sure I can do that. Not even sure how that's accomplished. But I should be capable of whittling down some of the skirmishers up front, I think. Because it looks like Numidian Javelinmen and Signani Velites, Levies, Velites, yeah, pretty much all of it is what do I call it? Close in javelinmen. Means I've got great armor piercing capabilities, but not range. My archers ought to be able to do a number on that. I hope. Okay, and all everyone has is just fire missiles, so I'm gonna have to be very careful with that too. Looks like yeah.
Our hidden units have been discovered.
Yep, that's what I thought. Alright. Do what you can, guys.
Our hidden units have been discovered.
Battle group awaiting orders.
Alright.
Legionaries. Any infantry at your command. First cohort. To arms.
Micromanage skills.
Legionaries.
Well, the Velites are gonna be wrecked. I'm fine with that. And I'm just gonna keep that unit there. I really don't wanna push too deep with them. Move the general up. Vigilades, really. Auxiliary to the flank, right flank it. I want to counter what they got over there. I've got these guys here. Looks like Iberian swordsmen. Sending both cavalry contingents down to try to eliminate them before they can try to get me there. Looks like they were trying. They're failing, so that's a good deal. I could have had those guys get involved. I felt like that was probably not going to go well. I want to destroy this block here. Plebs are going to fall pretty fast. I need these guys to be a little more involved than that. Alright. We're going to move in. Guys, wrap. Go ahead and get involved. I need to win that fast because my group here is getting surrounded. Of course, they don't have the capacity to do much with that. We're gonna keep on that.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Infantry! Commander! By your command!
Let's move around to the rear. Yep, swordsmen are gonna fall. That's not a problem. I gotta be very careful about this, as this unit is getting wrecked pretty bad. Believe it or not. And to
The
Signani
enemy
get
general
involved.
is dead.
Good. Another general done. Oh, that makes no sense. Why would you send your cavalry into that? Come on, take out the swordsmen. I need those cavalry units to come across. Okay, we're doing what we can there. Lots of bad friendly fire, but really can't avoid it.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Sure they have. Alright. Cool. We're gonna keep them in reserve just in case. Those guys still firing away. There they go. There goes the Iberian swordsman.
Infantry!
Send those guys into the rear. Marcus Lepidus, why did you charge them? That was a brilliant noble sacrifice, and I mean that totally sarcastically.
At the double!
Not gonna lie, Don't really mind it when they do that. Antisignani are going to soak up some fire, keeping it from my general. That's what I want. Just in time for the cab to finish out these guys. I was going to have them charge the rear. Actually, I think my better use of them is taking out these skirmishers. Now that those guys are done,
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
move around. They're not liking the fact that I'm enveloping them over here, which I am okay with. Throw javelins first, that's a better use of them at the moment. Antisignani, get involved. Antisignani, assist please. Cavalry, do your thing. That was dumb. Not sure why you did that.
Our horses love blood!
Okay, take on out the Vigilés. I need as much of the enemy forces
Infantry!
annihilated before we do anything else.
Ready and waiting! Infantry!
Okay, those guys are freed up. Sending the spearmen around.
Hunters! Goals! Missiles ready!
Hairy fight.
Light horse!
The men are wavering.
Mop up duty, go. Take out whatever Antisignani you can. I'm gonna send these guys on in. These guys. Take care of that block.
Pull back!
Our men flee the field of battle. This is
Last
a
general,
shameful
Septimius Plautus, needs to die. Kill him.
Infantry!
Spears ready!
Intercept. Cool, that's working. And that's the end of that battle. Good job, everybody. Oh, okay, so mop up.
Glory!
Hunters! Draw your weapons!
Oh, they are getting wrecked. Not as much as I want. Everybody charge on in. Take those guys out. You guys, charge in. Wow. And our heavy infantry held the line just barely. Got some very depleted units, but I think we can take whatever's left of the city, no problem. That was some hairy fighting there, but that right there, that was literally just a holding action. Nothing more.
Legatus!
Our hidden units have been discovered.
Butianus needs to die, so take him out.
Hunters!
Infantry! Charge!
We hunger for blood and ready!
Alright. That'll work. Alright. I think we took him out. Cool. Close victory, they say. We lost about, close to half our numbers. They lost nearly everything. About, 700, 600 left. still outnumber them. We ought to be okay. No mercy.
Waiting for orders. Ready for battle.
Alright, some Scutari, please. Probably not gonna do any better than that. But I'm pretty beat up, so we're just gonna auto-resolve this. I know. Kinda really want to fight it, but I'm pretty sure my best course of action is to just force my way into the city, take the damage this turn, and rebuild. Antisignani unit, but that's fine.
You have ready for orders. At your
Alright.
command.
Let's get that, so we're ready for the next territory that we gotta deal with. Yeah, we'll do that. Another unit of Scutari, because they're fun. Oh,
Ready for battle.
Alright, so we got our headway into Taraco. That's good, because looks like Arakilum was taken by Lepidus. We can push on from here. In fact, we're going to do so by sending this garrison all the way down here to garrison. Well, that's redundant. The city of Taraco. And then next turn, we're going to move out with the Rapax. We're going to take his other core cities in Iberia, Saguntum, I believe. Build up our fleet at Taraco to take Ibasum, and that ought to be pretty easy enough. Yeah, we're still doing that.
Ready for orders.
Not moving this guy out. That's just not smart. Not with that sitting there, so
We hunger for
ain't doing
battle.
it. Actually, cannot move.
Surprise
But
will be our advantage.
I can reinforce. Okay. I'll take it. Well, if you insist. I guess. Alright. Syracuse. Brigantum. Try this again. Take two. That'll work. And
What do you wish of me?
you there.
Do enjoy
Suffer some damage.
by my hand.
That's pretty
It
good.
is done.
Not as great. Looks like they took some Samnite warriors on, or something like that. Our veteran legionnaires are not up to strength. That is a problem. I don't think we got a choice. I think we gotta try to come to the aid of the city. So here we go. That takes care of that army. Good for me.
march.
I'm guessing I couldn't actually come to the... Oh, I can. Okay, cool. Well, in that case, we're just gonna have to move back over here. Because I really cannot go without some sort of defense for these two cities. It's just too easy to target. Even that would potentially take it on. We'll handle that, I think. I want to build this fleet up, so... Quadrium's legionaries. And what is that? 4 turns? 3 turns? 3? Oh, I hate waiting, but we really gotta get that figured out.
At your command.
I imagine if I send them out of the city... Oh yeah, it's far worse. So we're just gonna sit in the city for a second and recoup our losses. Octavian still sitting out here with Concordialis at Corrales. We should be able to take that city no problem. With the money we have left, however, put some cavalry into that Biddy Legion there, just in case. They have one more turn. I was gonna check that out. What do we got? 58. Enslave. Good. That will work. We can resupply that city now. Good. That one's good to go. That one's good to go. I'm trying to make sure everyone's at level 2 settlements. It's pretty darn good, actually, so... Yeah, we're in good shape, I think. One more turn. What are you doing, Gaul? You just abandoned a city. Rocco. Field of Mars. Or... Public Forum. I feel like the Public Forum makes more sense here. Italia. Oh good, there we go. Oh, that's not Italia. Okay, fine, it is. I want... What do I want? I kinda want farms here, but... I feel like we need public order first. So... Get a temple built up there. Auxiliary cavalry for this province, but I kind of feel like we need Retium to have a public square. Do that. And up here, once again, beat them back, please. garrison up here so we can handle that. Grief. That's nearly all my money again.
Rome needs more ships.
Get a couple of onager ships here. Because my plan is to hit Balsam, I think. Yep, there's the Apollinaris. I'm definitely going to need it.
Attack! For Rome!
How's this going? One more turn there. This is going to be a dangerous fight. So I'm going to want that ram, I think. So we can force ourselves into every center. So Corrales will be another major battle, just like our original Rome campaign, as, whoa, not what I wanted. We're gonna get our spy on our way to Carthage, see what we can see over here. I really don't feel like we're gonna have any more incursions into our territory, which I'm kind of glad about. At least not from Lepidus or Pompey right now. I've got them on the back foot, and I'm holding Cherusci at bay at Bisanto. We're gonna try to take more territory from Lepidus in Iberia. Looks like he's had a falling out with the Iberian tribes, which is probably going to be to our advantage. Numidia right now doesn't want to get involved in the war, so they're not going to take the side of Lepidus, so I'm kind of happy about that as well. If we can take these strongholds from Pompey next episode, we ought to be able to knock him out of the game relatively easily. I want to build that that fleet up so I can take Balsam while the Legion marches to Saguntum. That's a fortified city, so once the garrison's up and running, I think we ought to be okay in Tarraco, at least for a few turns. Though I may need to employ some tech to siegecraft before we continue on to getting our specialized buildings for military campaigns. So I'm kind of doing this game a little more strategic than I did the Antony campaign, but then Antony's in a little better of a position as far as he's got lots of military upgrade buildings right off the bat, and lots of income that are coming in, and a huge amount of food. Octavian didn't really have all that. He had Italy, yeah, but he had Gaul, which had its own problems. So he's in a bit more of an awkward situation. But he used his campaign or his strategic abilities to maneuver everyone into being looking like the bad guy in the West. So he was able to consolidate the western half of the Republic. That's pretty much what we're going to do. We're really on the way to doing that. Unbeknownst to ourselves, Pompey and Lepidus are going to be our first targets. Hopefully we'll be able to take them out before Antony declares war on us. Not sure if that's going to happen. That's why I'm keeping that legion right there. So, until next time, I'll see you later.